Imagine a mother so devoted, she crafted costumes from grocery sacks and gave homemade valentines with promises of hugs. But on June 20th, everything changed. Andrea Yates, a 36-year-old suburban mother, called the police to her home in Clear Lake, Texas. What they found was unimaginable. She led officers to a back bedroom where 4 of her children lay, eyes wide open. In a calm voice, she confessed to drowning them one by one. The only one who resisted was 7-year-old Noah, who tried to flee but was caught and drowned like the others. Why did she do it? Andrea believed she was a bad mother and that her children were not developing normally. She thought sending them to God was the only solution. She baptized each child before laying them out like little saints, except for Noah, who was left in the bathtub. This horrifying act left the community and the nation in shock, struggling to understand why a loving mother would commit such a crime. Andrea's story became a media sensation, with experts and journalists trying to dissect her motives and mental state. Many blamed her actions on severe postpartum depression, a condition that affects many new mothers but is often misunderstood. Her husband, Russell Yates, a NASA computer scientist, was in shock, unable to comprehend how his normal family life had turned into a nightmare. Mothers from the community, some suffering from depression themselves, left flowers, stuffed animals, and letters at the Yates home, expressing their sympathy and understanding. One letter read, "I am a stay-at-home mother of 3. I also suffer from depression and take medicine. I pray for strength for you and your wife and family." Just weeks before, another parent in Texas had murdered his children, but the reaction was different. Men who go mad are dismissed, but women who go mad are haunting. Andrea Yates was not like Susan Smith, who killed her children for selfish reasons. Andrea was a devoted mother who lost herself in her mental illness. She was always trying to be a good girl, compassionate and selfless, taking care of her father with Alzheimer's and her children, often neglecting her own needs. Her husband, Russell, believed in a traditional family lifestyle, wanting Andrea to stay home and homeschool the children, isolating her further. Despite her struggles, Andrea never let the community see what was happening inside her home. She appeared happy and engaged at family gatherings and public outings. Yet, she had been planning to kill her children for months, feeling more and more desperate as she failed to meet societal expectations of motherhood. Within 48 hours of the murders, Andrea became a symbol of the precarious nature of American motherhood, sparking discussions on postpartum depression and mental health. Experts pointed out that many new mothers experience some form of depression, and a small percentage suffer from severe postpartum psychosis, leading to tragic outcomes. Psychiatrist Lucy Puryear noted that many women suffer from undiagnosed depression, which can escalate quickly if not treated properly. The media frenzy led to a minor panic, with some mothers in Houston calling Child Protective Services, fearing they might harm their children. Andrea's mental illness had a long history, with signs of depression even in high school, escalating after the birth of her children and her father's death. Her first suicide attempt came in 1999, after the birth of her 4th child, but she never talked about her struggles, becoming increasingly private. Despite hospitalizations and drug treatments, her condition fluctuated, and she was taken off her antipsychotic medication 2 weeks before the murders. Russell Yates is often criticized for not recognizing the severity of Andrea's condition and leaving her alone with the children despite her history of depression. Friends insist he did everything he could to help her, but the isolation and lack of support took a toll on Andrea's mental health. Andrea's brother and sister visited her in jail, finding her in a dazed state, unaware of what had happened to her children. At the children's funeral, Russell delivered a heartfelt eulogy, tucking their baby blankets over their bodies and bidding them farewell. He told Noah, "You're in a better place," echoing the tragic belief that had driven Andrea to commit the murders. The story of Andrea Yates is a haunting reminder of the complexities of mental illness and the pressures of motherhood. Stay tuned for more stories that delve into the human psyche and the thin line between love and madness. Crime, it's closer than you think.